Hello, everybody. Welcome, yet again, to the Clown Depot stream. I am the Clown Depot. I don't know what those noises I'm making are. Little, it's just sort of little, you know. One of my classic tones. One of my classic tones. Hang on. Wait. One of my fucking classic tones. One of my classic Clown Depot tones that everybody comes to see. Okay, enough of this joke. Welcome to Return of the Obra Dinn. The Return of the Obra Dinn, if you will, which I hope you will. I'm the streamer, and I'm gonna figure it all out today. There was a very critical thing that I realized, I think, yesterday after the stream. I went back and I watched the VOD a little bit, and I skimmed lightly through the comments without actually like commit. It was mostly like the short comments, because I didn't want to see anything that like looked like it was revealing anything to me. And upon reflection, I realized that I think that I wasn't trusting the game enough to be fully consistent with its own logic. Like I was thinking, I remember specifically thinking to myself, like, well, okay, in this scene, if this guy is telling these people to do this shit, then they're probably these different roles on the ship. Like they probably wouldn't, there wouldn't be some guy telling other people to fire the cannon if that wasn't like the gunner or whatever, right? Or like the helmsman, or not the helmsman who steers the ship. The guy who tells the bitches how to do the you get the idea. The point is, I think I need to be more trusting in the autistic creation of this nautical mystery. Like, I have to be more willing to believe in the consistency of what they're telling me. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm talking myself in circles. I think that I was like second guessing myself because I didn't trust in their ability to tell a consistent story, which is so stupid of me. So I also smoked way more weed before today's stream than I did yesterday. So that'll also help. I think it'll be really good. Don't forget emote only mode. Thank you, Jan Masali. All right, give me 1 second. Emote fucking, if I can spell, emote only. Off. Nope, that's wrong. I have to turn it on. Emote only. There we go. Goodbye, you motherfuckers. All right. Let's begin. Let's begin again. Let's start over. Let's keep going. Fucking, where should we start? Let's just look at you. Tell me about yourself. Soldiers of the Sea. This is the dude who got struck with lightning. I think he's one of the top men. Wait, I remember. Hang on. I remember something I wanted to do at the very beginning of the stream, which was I want to look at the glossary again. I want to make sure that I reacquaint myself with what all the shit means. Like the topman, higher rated seamen specializing in work above the deck and the sails and the rigging. Exactly, like these guys. These are the topmen. Okay, great. Let's see. The fucking who commands the topman, I wonder. Yeah, alright. And it looks like the topman... Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm understanding the topman. This is... Okay. Oh! With regards to the topman also. There is a lot of information that I think I was seeing as superfluous when I shouldn't have been. Like, for example... the fucking, hang on. Which was it? Nope, I'm losing it. I've already forgotten what it is that I was about to point out. But there's just you're gonna have to believe me when I tell you there's a lot of shit that I realized yesterday after I ended the stream. For example, oh my god, there are so few women on this goddamn boat. There's so few women on this boat. I think there's only like 5. Yeah, and we already know this. We already know Abigail. Here's 3 of the women. And then one of them is This is Bun Lan Lim. I remember her. But I think, and there's Bun Lan Lim down there at the execution. But yeah, no, there's only it's only these women who I have not identified. So let me look at the manifest real quick, because I want to see. Let's see women's names. I imagine, are they passengers? Would they just be passengers? Bunlon Lim, Miss Jane Bird, Abigail Hoskett, Nunzio Pasqua, Emily Jackson, Miss Jane Bird. Is her first name Miss, or is she unmarried? Because why does Emily have no title but Jane Bird does? Bunlon Lim also has no title. But I wonder if that has to do with maybe... I don't know. Nobody else has a title like that. Just this one lady. So let me see where we see these girls, because I think we've seen them a couple of times. Oh my god. Take me away from here. Take me away, my secret place. My sweet escape. Here we go. I would like to see the memories with you. The first memory is... It's okay. Hang on. We're right next to that. Hello, my lady. You got slapped in the face by Kraken. What's up, Kraken? Where are the ladies? Here we go. So, one of you is Miss Jane Bird. One of you is Miss Jane Bird, and one of you is Miss Emily Jackson. Or just Emily Jackson, not Miss. If it's... I'm thinking. Actually... Wait, hang on. Wait, hang on. I might be overthinking this. Is that a ring on her finger? Because if I'm not mistaken, Miss means unmarried. And that to me looks like a ring on the ring finger. So perhaps that means you are... Hang on. Passenger. Emily Jackson. And you are the unwed... Hang on. Passenger. Miss Jane Bird. I think. Because I don't think that there's any more ladies other than... I think we've labeled all the ladies, which you should never do, by the way. You should never try to put women into a box. Unless she asks. Hang on. Disappeared in the escape. Disappeared, you say? Wasn't one of the girls kidnapped in the escape? But I think that was Bunlon Lin, though. I would like to, speaking of escape, how do I get out of here? There it is. Okay. How do I, the difficulty is, like, I know where the scenes literally happened, like, I'm remembering, I think one of the ladies was getting kidnapped, like, right here, and there was a dude who was shot right here. Oh, I remember, I think he was shot there, and then he started dangling down over the, yes. I think it was this. Bang. And there is... Yeah, there's Bunlon Lim. Pardon me, fellas. And are they leaving? Is this the... Also, is this the... Does this memory contain... No, this memory does not contain any other women. Bunlon Lim, what was the final memory that you were included in so far? Well, I guess we don't know. We haven't actually seen her ultimate fate. I think this means that this is the last memory in the timeline that we have specifically for her second mate, Edward Nichols. Don't know this guy yet. There was one thing that I do remember, which was during one of the Kraken scenes, there was a boat of 3 people. I feel like I should be able to identify this guy based on his fucking garb, but I will worry about that later. There was a boat full of 3 people that were, like, tossed into the sea. In fact, hang on, it might have just been in the fucking the main lady, the captain's wife's flashback. Let me check. No, it might have been in the explosion, actually. Let's see. Anybody getting tossed overboard here? No, but this guy is getting thrown around. And so I'm beginning to suspect that maybe we should start assuming that if someone looks like they're getting the shit killed out of them by a big gigantic beast, it's probably fair to assume that they did. Oh shit, this is where the bosun got his arm ripped off too. Look. Because he eventually succumbed to the wound. We don't know this guy though. Much to consider. Okay, let's go to the one where the dude is getting blown up, which I think is this one right here. The Doom. No, this is a guy getting clubbed by this guy, who's... Oh, I remember this guy's identity we really wanted to figure out. Okay. Just refreshing myself. Okay. I have to find the explosion guy. It's not you. Is it you? I don't think it was you. It totally was. This guy got blowed the fuck up. Oh, this is the third mate? Or the... No. Oh, but he's got the little fucking neckerchief on. I think that's like the uniform. I gotta pay attention to the uniform too. This guy got fucking exploded. Haven't I seen this guy die? I feel like I've seen this guy die. Hang on. Perish and Escape Part 6. Where does that take place, if you could tell me? It's down in the gun deck. In one of the rooms. That's right. Hang on. I've got to remind myself what I came here for. I'm looking for people falling off boats. Hey, man? I'm going to go ahead and assume you fell into the ocean. Clubbed, crushed, decapitated, drowned. I'm going to go ahead and say drowned by a beast. Illness. I'm going to make sure there's no, like, thrown overboard or whatever. Yeah, no, I think drowned is probably going to be what happened to this fella. Because, like, if they're falling off the ship, I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption they're not getting back on the ship. You know what I mean? But we've yet to find the actual boat being tossed that I'm looking for. Was this caused by crabs? Yes, this was caused by crabs. Okay, no, this is not what we're looking for. The crabs did not throw an entire boat. They weren't capable of such a thing. Hello? Nope, again, whoops. I keep going back to the same thing. Let's see. I mean, you know what? I think there were some on the gun deck. There were some on the gun deck that had to do with the Kraken. Ooh. Oh, it looks like she tried to leave on the boat with the surgeon, or who we believe to be the surgeon. And then this fucking dude. Wow!
Last one. Move quick.
This guy was stabbed. First, I don't actually know if we know this is the first mate steward. Where's the captain? Oh, it would explain why the first mate is running up there, though. He was killed by this fucking guy who we don't know. He looks like a barman. He looks like he runs a bar, but I don't think the vibe check is probably enough to put down a definitive answer on that guy. All right, let's go down to the gun deck real quick. Give me... I think he was in here? Yo, what up? Yes! You! What does he say? Och, no. Don't leave me. Bear up, son. Tell Pete's mother I tried my best to pull him back to save him. Wait. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on.
Bear up, son.
Hang on. I think we might have just been able to identify the explosion boy. Some fella by the name of Pete. Explosion boy. Explosion boy, come hither. Yes, come here. This guy was Peter, I think. Or just Pete, maybe. Peter Milroy. No other Peters. Yes! Oh, I'm so good at it. Fuck yeah. Peter Milroy, we got confirmed. We got Nunzio Pasqua, confirmed. And we got Emil O'Farrell, the butcher, confirmed. Hell yeah. That's what I'm frickin' talking about, baby. Okay. There was also another thing that I thought about. The guy who was like, "You killed my brother," the club guy. Hang on, the club guy. The club guy. This was the club guy, I think. Yes. This guy, "You killed my brother." Are there any guys on the ship that share the same last name? Dalton McKay. Two Peters. Yes, there's a Nathan Peters and a Samuel Peters. Okay, so... And these are the only... Even of the crossed out names, nobody else shares a last name. Okay, okay, alright. Okay. This was... So, this guy can be confirmed to have been killed by one of the Peters. We just don't remember. We just don't know which one. We don't know if it's Samuel or fucking Nathan. Maybe it was Nathan. Maybe it was Samuel. All right, I'm not gonna try to brute force shit like that. That would be lame. All right, hang on. By unknown. There we go.
You killed my brother.
Okay. You killed my brother. So I guess we gotta wait until one of the other Peters dies then. Let's go back down to the crab deck where all the crab stuff happened. Wait. There was also a bunch of these fucking dead guys that were killed by, like, all the same guy. Was it this guy? It might have been this guy. No. It's the guy who stabbed this guy. Do we know who stabbed this kid, by the way? No, he was an unknown soul knifed by an unknown attacker. So we don't know who knifed this guy, and we don't know who... We don't know shit about anything, basically. Do we have any, fresh bastard? Okay, we don't have any identifying dialogue there. I realized I wasn't as sensitive about proper names, maybe, as I should have been during the last stream. Because there were a few. Like this fucking dude. I feel like we should be able to identify this guy by now. Because he's caused a lot of fucking ruckus. Whoa!
Nautical horror is very fun.
Ooh, kill him! Ooh, kill him! Thank you so much, In the House Like Carpet, for the $50. My God, that's the entire stream goal donation filled up for the day. Thank you so much. That's incredibly... Everybody... Like, you can't really say thank you because emote-only mod is on. Everybody put exclamation points in the chat, please, for In the House Like Carpet. Thank you so much, In the House Like Carpet. I really, really, really appreciate that a lot. This fucking schmuck, we should be able to identify. Apparently, he perished. In the end, part 2. Yeah, this guy, I feel like this guy we definitely have enough information to identify by now. He has a single arrow above his head. I think that means we should be able to see him easily. Hmm. Okay, hang on. Hang on. This guy is, I think this guy's a load-bearing guy, and by that I mean I'm gonna come into this guy. And by that, of course, I mean I think once I solve who this guy is, and a lot of things are gonna fall into place. Where is he? Where is he? Because he's load-bearing. Get it? Because like like he bears a load. You understand? You get the idea. Okay. So he's definitely one of the, like, gunners. Let's see. Hang on. Take me to the glossary. Take me to the glossary. No, motherfucker. The glossary. Gunner. Military officer in charge of weapons and military procedures on the ship. Helmsman? No. Midshipman? Officer in training assists various officers and under... Usually of privileged status. I think this guy might be a midshipman. I think that's what this means. How many midshipmen are there? There's only 3. Okay. Does that line up with... I think this lines up with this. So I think this guy might be a midshipman. Let's see. Thomas Lank and Charles Hirschtick. I guess we just don't know enough about these guys. Hang on. Do we have any... In this particular memory, do we have any... Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. I would like to go to the Doom, where we are currently. Where the guy got fucking blasted. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I think right here. This is... Nope. Just that just says the fuse. What happens? Sir, loose cannon. I think this... Wait. This unknown soul was crushed by a loose cannon, you say? Okay. Both of these guys were blasted to fucking Kingdom Come. Yes, okay, and we've confirmed that. Isn't there a second dude? Oh wait, is the second dude like in... Ah, here we go. Wait. No, the second dude has his own... He's got his own little thing going on. Yeah, here we go. This guy was crushed by a loose cannon. Okay, do we have any information about this? Load, move... No, we don't. Oh, this is the other guy that was shot by the cannon. We just don't know him. We don't know him specifically. How difficult? It would be apparently 3 difficult to guess his name. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. There's also this guy who I think I might have misidentified before. I don't think this guy's French. I was thinking about that, and I don't think this guy's French. I think this guy is... I don't know what this guy is, but I don't think he's French. I don't know why, but for some reason it just feels like this guy... I don't know. I don't know where Sierra Leone is. Hang on, I gotta look that up. I selected Sierra Leone because it looks unlike any other place. Sierra Leone. It's a West African country, apparently. Okay. Huh. Okay, well, that's good to know. I don't think this guy's French, basically. And I specifically went off of, that guy is the bosun's mate, and so he has to be French. And there was one guy who was being torn about, who was being spoken about like he was torn apart. Because the bosun said, "Where's my Frenchie?" or some shit like that. And the bosun is right here. Now remember, he perished right here with the dialogue. Put me down easy. The squid, where's my Frenchman? The squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart. Verdammt, the beast is dead. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Your friend was torn apart. Now, who else was torn apart by the beast if not that guy? That's the only dude who I saw get torn apart. So I'm still confounded by that. There is another thing, which is the matter of the sickness, like the guys who were getting sick. This is something I noticed also. Well, I'll point it out when I actually see it again, because I might have been, like, not seeing correctly. What's going on here? Got any cool little secrets for me to look at, by any chance? We got swords and guns. This is the armory. Ooh, interesting. This is, right, this is back here. Oh. I want to check again the guy who was killed behind the walls. If I can find him. Because I think that I was able to almost identify who shot him specifically. Or if he was shot, I don't actually know. I don't actually know if what killed him was him being shot. Or something else happening to him directly before that. Yeah, hang on. Let me go this way so I can get out of here. No, I can't! Ah, god damn it, this is the end of the memory. I'm not even allowed to go past here. This guy got the shit needled out of him, though. I would assume, based on the trajectory of that shot, that that's the guy who ended up killing this guy. Who seems to be like a... He seems to be shirtless. It's kind of the only thing I'm getting about him. We also don't know anything about this guy, though. He looks Russian. Based on his face. Though, that's not a very good... I mean, there is a good amount of information that can be gathered just by assuming the nationalities of the people. Based on various, you know, context clues. Which doesn't feel good. It feels racist. It feels racist when I do that, but unfortunately it's a gameplay mechanic, so, you know, what are you gonna do? Alright, now I gotta look at the Mr. Spike guy. Hey, pimp. Was spiked by a terrible beast. Yes, show me this memory again, please. Alright, let's see. I can't even go that far. So he didn't survive this. This poor guy. This is the only guy who looks like it could have been the guy who shot him, which is also one of the fucking Stevens brothers, or Peters brothers, or whatever the fuck. God damn it. I gotta find that guy. This is the midshipman who was fucking exploded, by the way. Wang. Haha. Oh, these poor guys. Now, is this after the guy was fucking shot through the wall? Because I'm still trying to figure out exactly... Hey, man. Oh, you're fun. I like your face, and I like your shirt. God, I wish they talked more. I wish they were more like, oh, Jonathan, the third mate with the blue shirt, or I mean the striped shirt, because you can't really, there's no color in the game. You have to, here, come quickly, come over here while carrying this very specific object so you're easy to identify. Why don't they do that? So, okay, this, yeah, this is the guy who I feel like who I saw getting shot behind there, but he had already been spiked at this point, so like, does that actually mean he was killed by the gunshot, or was he killed by the spike eventually? I don't know which one is which, you know? Also, 1 second. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about nothing happened. Nothing happened. I mean, it seems like he succumbed to a spike. Hey, man. Henry Evans, surgeon, met an unknown fate. He disappeared here? He disappeared in the escape. I see. Hang on. Let's go back up to the main deck. It's what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to search around for like anchor points. Anchor points of people that I can say for sure, okay, this is this person, and I know for certain that this is this person. Because from there, I can extrapolate information off of their identity, right? You can like, you know, sort of, I think the one I'm looking for is this one?
Last one.
Yeah.
Move quick.
You'll not take the last boat. So maybe did something happen previously in this? Hang on, hang on. Squishing noises. Escaped, maybe? Expired, electrocuted, eaten, frozen, killed, knifed, poisoned, shot, speared, spiked, strangled, struck, suicide, torn apart. Unknown, alive. What? I'm supposed to figure out where they are? What? That's ridiculous. I mean, if you say so. Oh, you know what? I bet I can check at least. Hang on. Right about, how do I check where we were in the journey when this happened? During the escape, hang on. We were here. Oh my god, go back, please. During the escape, we were around here. So they would have probably... I mean, they probably would have gone to Azores or North Africa, maybe. Right? Let's see. Alive as in Azores. And you are alive in Azores. That seems right. And you are alive in Azores. Right? Nope, okay. It's kind of wishful thinking, maybe. Oof. Hang on, readjusting myself. And this is around the time... There was no... This is just mutiny. There's no, like, scary, spooky shit happening. So we don't know for sure... We don't know for sure if anybody dies here because they got on a ship, right? I mean, there's only... We have to assume a lot. There's a lot of assumptions that gotta be made here. Though, you know, I also am now realizing that if I... Oh, wait, hang on. Now I'm thinking about maybe he's the surgeon's mate and not the surgeon. No, I think he's the surgeon. Try again. Surgeon. But yeah, no, I think I may be making a leap in logic here about them specifically escaping to Azores. By the way, Blood and Ash, thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. Wait, hang on. Yeah, this is Emily Jackson, and this is Miss Jane... What's her face? Miss Jane Bird, right. Burned, axe, clubbed, crushed, decapitated, drowned. Huh. This guy's a midshipman. This is Thomas Lank. No. No. Scout, what are you doing? Stop that. You can't just guess. Can't just guess, Scout. As much as you really, really want to. Oh, this guy was shot with a gun. Hang on. This guy was shot by a gun, with a gun, in the Escape Part 3. Okay. Let me escape right now. Let me escape Part 1. And then I want to go back up and I want to see the other body that's right next to him. This guy. Because this is him being shot, I'm pretty sure. Yes. And there's no... Oh! Oh, but he was shot by Emily Jackson. He was shot by... Passenger Emily Jackson. With a gun. We don't know who he was, but he was shot with a gun. First memory of him was apparently here. Oh, this is good because I want to be here too. I want to. Okay, we got to go down to the Orlop deck. I was looking for those guys. This guy is such a fucking creep, by the way. This guy is always just sneaking around, and I hate that. All right, down to the Orlop deck. Pardon me, fellas. Just gotta sneak on by you real quick. When do I get the gun? When do I get the starter pistol? I feel like I'm really far into the game and I haven't even got the starter pistol yet. It's this way. I hope I at least get a fucking telescope so I can see the shiny thing. Oh my fucking god. Fuck you. I didn't even see. You know, of course I didn't fucking see this. It's barely. I can barely see that. They got numbers. They got numbers on the fucking beds, dude. That's ridiculous. I'm not even upset with myself for having seen that. This guy is 53. Oh, this guy's 51, excuse me. Which is Renfred Rajub. There we go. And this guy is 54. Oh, we already got him. We already got Solomon. And then this guy is just X, huh? What do you mean this guy's X? You pulling my leg? You pulling my leg? Smart guy? 54, 51. Let's see. 59. 39. How the fuck does this work? What? Why are you X? You're pissing me off, dude. 53, 54, 51. So I'm just gonna go ahead and assume you're 52. Abraham Akbar, crushed by a cannon. Which, I mean, leaves you to be the last fella. Hang on. Of these guys. I think. Do we know what happened to you? No, apparently we don't know what happened to you. But I think that means I have properly assigned all of these guys their names at the very least. Hey guys. Can I tell anything about the guys in here? Let's see. Who are these guys? 49, 39. Let's see. 39 is Zhizheng. Okay. Then 49 is Lars Lind. 59 is what we're looking for, actually. George Shirley. Okay. $39, $40, and $41. I wonder if I can identify them by, like, their shoes or something. I think these are all the top men. And I think they're here despite the fact that I can't literally identify each of them. Ooh. Oh, shit! Oh, this is so identifiable. I need to find the dude with a lady on his arm. Literally. Because that is... Who's this, 37? That is Timothy... Oh, that guy, I already know this guy. He's fucking dead. This guy's dead as shit. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Well, I don't know that that was the information I was looking for, but that's pretty helpful. Let's see about you. I'm quite sure you're the surgeon. You're the third mate, and I think that you're the surgeon's mate. Hey! Fuck yeah. Cool. Yes! Yes! Okay, awesome. I got all those guys properly. Hell yeah. Ugh. I'm so fucking sneenius. I'm the fucking sneenius, dude. Alright. That's 25% of them all. That's exciting. 25% of every single person. Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. Alright, now... I gotta keep an eye out for dudes with, I gotta keep an eye out for dudes with tattoos now. No, wait, no, I don't. I already identified the dude with the tattoo. There was something else I was gonna fucking do. It was... Hang on, take me back to the main picture. I want to see the picture of the Topman real quick. Actually, you know what? Oh my god. Oh my god, I love flipping through pages. It's my favorite thing to do. Hang on, show me where you were killed again. You were killed on the Orlop deck right in the fucking middle, apparently. Wait, you were killed in the middle of the Orlop deck? Are you one of these guys? Oh, you totally are. Hang on, let me see your fucking shoes. Yeah, they have totally distinctive shoes. Alright. This guy has the slip-ons, and this guy has the sort of not slip, like leather shoes. Oh, this is just the surgeon's mate. I already got him figured out. Okay. But the guy with the slip-on shoes. Hey, man. I already figured you out. Oh, I still gotta figure this fucking guy out. So much to know. So much yet to be known. Okay, now I gotta go back to this one over here. Because if I can identify the dude with the shoes, then I can identify that guy. Bam. Hang on. Hang on. Are these the slip-ons? I think these might be the slip-ons. Or no. Wait, over here, over here, over here. 38, hang on, hang on. So this guy would be Huang Li. $38. Wait, hang on. Yeah, Huang Li. Okay. I still think this is kind of a stupid detail, but I'm gonna be nice about it. Alright, let's see. Do we know what happened to you? You disappeared in the Doom. Okay. The Doom. Let's see what happened in the Doom. Oh, here we go. This might be helpful. Let's go back up to the top deck. I'm going up and down a lot, but I'm gathering clues and details. It's an important part of the mystery in the process. Okay, now show me the dude who got torn in half, who I thought was French but probably isn't. Here he is. Nope, that's not him. Here he is. Bam, bam. There we go. 3 people falling off the boat. Wait, hang on. Only this guy was present, apparently. Was blasted by a cannon with the terrible beast. By a terrible beast, excuse me. So wait, hang on. Let me go directly to the previous one. Which is, okay. Alright, okay. Let me go see his shoes. Let me go check out his shoes. Oh my god, am I gonna have to start looking at fucking shoes? I mean, I already am. What am I talking about? I think this guy? Bam, bam. No, this is wrong. You okay? Apparently I felt very compelled to believe that this guy is just Nicholas Botterill.
What's going on?
Apparently I was just guessing.
Come on, boss. Look,
How do I would like to escape? I would like to leave. Hello, where's the leave door? For leaving through? Am I stupid? Where's the leaving door for leaving through? Is it up here? Yeah, here it is. It's up here. Oh, this guy got fucking speared. By a terrible beast. This was the guy who was electrocuted? Wait a minute. Wait a fucking second. But he's got slip-on shoes. Oh god, do multiple of them have slip-on shoes? Because that might be difficult. This guy's got white slip-on shoes. So maybe this is not Huang Li. Maybe this guy's Huang Li. In fact, hang on. Where is he? Am I stupid? Wong Li. Wait, this guy... Yeah, this guy had black shoes. And this guy... This guy has white slip-ons. Which is different. So now I gotta find the dude with white slip-ons. Okay, great. My God, one sec. Now we gotta go back downstairs. Pardon me, fella. Right. Gotta go back downstairs to the Orlop deck. Now show me those white shoes. Bam, bam. Show me those white shoes. Oh. 39, hang on. So that means, hang on. This guy is actually Ji Sheng. I think. I could be wrong. Could very well be wrong. There's also something maybe to be said about the fact that they don't have pants on. Hang on. What if I just said this guy's 41? This guy's 41 and he's alive in Azores. No. I'm just guessing at this point. I'm guessing at that guy though. I feel at least somewhat confident about this guy in his white shoes. Though I feel like I've gotten 3 more correct by now. Oh, you know what I want to read? I want to read about... Hang on. I want to read more dialogues, because I feel like there's more... Worse will spread was picked up later. A lot of them. I'm gonna go back and I want to see if there's any more names. Oh, never been on a farm before, Charlie? Okay, hang on. This is also on the Orlop deck. Right. This is by the cow. Gotta find the cow. Cow head. This guy is maybe Charles? No, we're looking for Charlie. Well, there's another Charles. Wait. Does he have the midshipman scarf? This might be... Hang on, this might be... Yup. Yep. Ha. Winner. Fuck yeah. Okay. Show me the topman. Yes! Yes! The topman! Fuck yes! Oh my God. Oh, I'm so happy about that. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm so good. Oof, stretch. All right, now that leaves me to wonder, are there any more topmen left that have yet to be accounted for? Specifically the Chinese topmen, because I feel like they're quite easy to, so okay, yeah, no, it's Li Hong and Wei Li who have been, I think they are unaccounted for. So that's the issue currently. Hak Seng Lao was killed by... He was killed by one of the midshipmen, I think. It was... I think it was... It was one of the midshipmen. It was fucking... This guy. This fucking guy. This fucking dickhead. This goddamn... Okay, hang on. Show me your memories. Show me your memories now. Brennan, bring the surgeon's kit. Have we identified Brennan yet? I believe it was the last name Brennan. I remember specifically thinking about, like, oh, hang on, Brennan. Who's Brennan? Let's see if we have identified Brennan yet. I think we probably have, but I'm just double checking. Henry Brennan. Okay, well, now I need to go to this fucking memory. If at all possible. Alright. Brennan, bring the surgeon's kit. Okay, and now where was that memory? Hang on. Nope, not this guy. It was my guy, the dickhead. We don't actually know if he's a dickhead. This is not an assumption I should just make. Yes, it's this one. So we're up on the midship deck. And this is where the guy got stabbed. So I think it's... Come on. I think it is over here. No. It was where the guy got stabbed, and so it was... over here. It was over here. There it is. Okay, we're calling out for Brennan.
Oh no, you're cut.
Don't leave me.
Bear up, son.
Are you Brennan? Are you Brennan? Because it sounds like you're listening. Hey, Schmeff and Twitch, thank you very much for the raid with a party of 3. Is this motherfucker Brennan? This is what we're trying to figure out right now, if this motherfucker is Brennan. No, because that's just a seaman. He's just a seaman. Hang on. Unknown. Let me read, hang on. Ugh, no, you're cut. Don't leave me. Bear up, son. I'll try to save you. Tell Pete's mother I tried my best to pull him back to save him. You tell him yourself. Brennan, bring the surgeon's kit.
I'll stay with you.
Tell Pete's mother I tried my best
Aye.
to pull him back to save him.
You tell her yourself. Brennan, bring the surgeon's kit.
I feel like they wouldn't just let... I feel like they wouldn't just let some fucking dude hold a gun. I feel... Because if Brennan is... Hang on. Before I make assumptions... Let me go to the fucking glossary and look up what a seaman specifically is. Low-level crew member responsible for general manual labor on and below deck. Okay. I'm looking for more dudes with scarves like that. No, I'm pretty sure he's a midshipman. I'm quite sure he's a midshipman. Or wait. Is this... Hang on, maybe this kid's a fucking midshipman. God damn it. Yes, this kid is the midshipman. Which is... Hang on. Peter, Milroy, Charles, and... Wait, so this guy... I think this guy must be the last midshipman, right? The last name midshipman, at least. We assume he's the midshipman. Because both of these guys have been confirmed as midshipmen, so this guy's definitely a midshipman. Which means that this guy... Maybe he is Brennan. We'll keep him as Brennan for now. And I want to see... Because he's responsible for a few things. So let me... Let me leave this particular memory. Because this guy is responsible for a handful of deaths, if I'm not mistaken. This guy was... This guy we don't know, but he was killed by who we now believe to be Brennan. But I want to instead focus on the people who we can identify. Which I think we can identify this guy. Yes. Well, no. We can identify him as... apparently we have enough information to identify him. I just don't know what as. Maybe he's the fourth mate. I feel like he might be the fourth mate, because he's, like, hanging around with the mates, right? He just doesn't have a hat. He's got a hat for some manner of officer. Hang on. Are there any officers that there's only, like, one of them, and they've got a very specific... Because maybe if there's an officer with a very specific-looking hat and there's only one of them, you know. Let's see. Fourth mate. Bosun's mate. I think the fourth mate and the bosun's mate are the only ones that really make sense to me. Also, something just occurred to me. This guy's the helmsman. He's touching the wheel. This is Finley Dalton. He met an unknown fate. Disappeared in the Doom. Honestly, I think he probably drowned by a beast. Or maybe where was he last seen? That's what I want to know. Try again. First memory was on your toes, boys, on the main deck. And that was on the murder. It certainly seems like he tried to escape. What's the last memory with him? There was this, or there was this one, and there's one other. I don't see it. Oh, here we go. Oh, wait, no. Try again. Oh my god. Oh my god, I know I can do this. Oh my god. 2 memories. Show memories. This is the first one. This is the second one. Where was he? Okay, let's see where he was during this. Up we go. Because if that was his last known location, then I assume we can see the last thing that, like, happens to him. That's not him. That's not him. Let me check over here. Oh, here we go. It's kind of tough to see exactly what's happening to him. Could we say torn apart? Drowned by a beast, or maybe it was crushed by a beast? Torn apart by a beast. Oops, by a beast. Yeah, I think maybe it would just be better to assume he drowned. Just, you know, dragged into the depths. And you know what? Fuck it. You're the fourth mate. Shot by a gun by Brennan. This is the fucking fourth mate. This is the only other guy wearing a fucking captain's hat. This is not the fourth mate. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. This is the fourth mate. And he was clubbed by Brennan. Fuck you, dumbass. So that is Brennan. Okay, excellent. We got the helmsman correctly. Fuck yeah. And we now understand Brennan. Fuck yes. Okay, hell yeah. Excellent. I love that. I love that. Sha. Okay, great. And we figured out we don't know who the fuck this guy is. What kind of hat is this, dude? What kind of hat is this guy? What kind of hat is he wearing? I wonder what what steward is. Ship's steward? Maybe he's the bosun's mate. No, that's just a fucking guess. Apparently I can guess him, though. What other memories are you in? You're in 10 different memories. Let's see. Hang on. Where were you during the explosion? Pardon me, Margaret. I think that's Margaret, at least. Where was this guy during the explosion? It was this guy. All right, he was carrying guns up. And so it can perhaps be assumed that he had some gun-forward job. Like... Oops. Like the gunner. Have we identified the gunner yet? We have identified the gunner's mate. Or I think we have theoretically identified the gunner's mate, or at least we have assumed someone as the gunner's mate. Or no, we haven't. I'm stupid. We've already found the gunner. I think this might be the gunner's mate. Officer, surgeon, carpenter, cook, gunner's mate, purse, passenger, steward, ship steward, captain, steward, fourth mate, topman, midshipman. Huh. This unknown officer. Who the fuck is this guy? No, okay, yeah, this is the gunner. This is Christian Wolf. So, I think it's probably pretty safe to assume this is the gunner's mate then, right? Because he's hanging out right next to the gunner. So, I'm going to go ahead and say this is the gunner's mate. Okay. We can also now assume that this guy is a seaman. I don't think this is... I don't think this is... I don't know. I don't know who this guy is. We don't know who he is. But he's hanging out... He was hanging out back here with these guys, the topman, or a topman. This guy was clubbed. He is in 13 memories though, which is quite impressive. Okay, so it's also pretty safe to assume that he's a topman. Hang on. I feel like he's either Lewis Walker or Leonid Volkov. Okay, if 22 others were present during that memory, then I feel like that's not really... I mean, I guess maybe I could identify the kid by the shoes. I'm trying to identify the topman. Process of elimination and all that, you know. Hang on. 1 second. We're good. This way. Back downstairs. Show me this guy. He was killed in Soldiers of the Sea, where he was stabbed, it looks like. Speared, right, by a terrible beast. What other things befell this poor boy? Bam bam. Let me look at the topman numbers. Let's see. The one that I assume, or the ones that I assume he could be, are, let's see, 45 and 44. There's 45. Wait, 47, 45, 46. So one of these three guys is 45. Or perhaps not. Oh, but hang on. We have seamen over here. 46, 45, and 46. I think this guy might be 46. I think this guy's 46. We don't know enough about you. And... Ooh, but we do know some about you. Hang on. Could you be 47? Could you just be a regular seaman? Alexei Toporov? Does that mean that you would just be by necessity? This is assuming that these guys are all, like, hanging out by their bunks. But that would make you 47, right? Or maybe 48? No. 45, someone, 46, 47. But we already have all three of these guys marked off. Where's the second memory of him? Ah. The murderer. And did he not disappear? Was this guy not reported as being disappeared? Huh. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna mark all of these guys as unknown, actually, because I feel like I'm just making guesses a little bit. Well, actually, I think this might... No, I'm still making guesses. I want to be more careful. I want to be more careful. looking at shoes. At least I'm trying to look at shoes. 58. Patrick O'Hagan. 56. 56, 55, 58. Okay, so the late 50s, if we need to identify them by their shoes, we know we'll be able to. This guy, we've already identified this guy. This guy's dead and we already know about him. This is Butterman. Okay. I think I've gathered everything I can gather from this. I also feel like there are scenes I haven't actually seen yet, and I wonder where I'm missing those. I'm wondering where those scenes took place that I did not see them take place. Carpentry workshop. Wow, this is the armory. Get out of the Orlop deck. Just for a good time. Ooh. This is new. Ah, damn. This guy's English, but it looks like he was stabbed the fuck out of. At least it sounds like he was English. This fucking guy again. Well, I guess... Yeah, this guy... I guess it's safe to say that this guy was speared. Right? I gotta wait until the cutscene's over. It's gotta wait for the cutscene. Take your time. Bam, 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 ba-dam, bam, bam. Hang on, what time signature is this in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. It's just in 4, 4. Or it might be 8, 8, 8 time, or 8, 4 time. I don't fucking know. Hooray! New entry in the book. A hideous monster perished simultaneously with a brave but unfortunate soul who was, of course, speared to death by a beast. And I have unlocked the door of wisdom, and now it's time for me to fucking go. Excuse me. Just gotta walk under your claw real quick. Gotta walk under your crab leg. Oh, we finished up to the Doom, or the Soldiers of the Sea at least. We've accounted for everybody there. Lovely. All the fucking people who died. Rip. Rip to them, I guess. Rip to them, IG. What about these areas? What about these fucking doors? Anything? Nothing? Lame. Also, I wonder what these diamonds are. I love diamonds. I love horses. Ooh, something to investigate. We got barrels. Away. Oh, this guy got crushed by stuff. One of those guys up here is French, also. We're now able to identify one of the bosun's mates. This poor fella. Which guy? This guy. Hey, man. Hey, man. Wait, hang on. Oh, this is the brother. This is the guy who was killed by the brother. Whose name we still don't know precisely. Wait. This is his brother. This is his brother who was killed. This was his brother who was killed. I understand. Problem with the ropes, because I remember when he said you killed my brother, and he said it was not his problem with the ropes. Remember? Welcome, Loose Cargo. Okay, chapter 1. Where the seeds of mutiny were planted. Cool. An unidentified stowaway expecting free passage and eventual freedom was instead crushed inside a falling barrel. Okay. So, oh. Huh. Alright. Okay, so that wasn't the brother. That was an unknown stowaway, because the brother has a name. But I've got a sneaking suspicion. I've got a sneaking suspicion that within this chapter we'll figure out who the brother was, because it's called Loose Cargo. He said he was killed by, you know, a ship or like a rope or whatever. Let's see. Show me what happened. Okay, now maybe this guy is the brother. Maybe this guy's the guy's brother. Wait, and if it is, it would make sense because he's right next to him. Yeah. All right, we got it, baby. We have identified 2 key parts, 2 key people. Hell yeah. I love the music is really good. I love the music, and I go on the boat and I kill all my friends and I get killed by crabs, and it's really, really good and it's fun. This is my song. I hope you all like it. Just sort of fucking waiting for this to be over. Lower away. There we go. This guy is one of the Peters. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Samuel, and he was crushed by cargo. And then I also would like to go to here to identify his brother as the other Peters. Samuel and... Hello? Samuel and Nathan, who was also... Hang on. Involved in the killing of one of these guys up here. Up on the top deck, I think. Yes. Killed by Nathan Peters. Killed by Samuel Peters. Here's Nathan Peters. Where'd he go? Nathan Peters. Or maybe this is Nathan Peters. And... Hang on. Maybe that's Nathan Peters, and then Lars Lind was killed by Samuel Peters. And then this is, of course, Samuel Peters. And he disappeared during the Doom, which... What was the last memory you were involved with, Samuel Peters? Can you... Hang on. Try again. We can do this. I know we can do this. I know we can do this. What's the last memory he's involved in? Loose Cargo. Part 5, part 6, part 7. So I think he was probably, yeah, part 7, the Doom. It looks like this is the last place he was spotted. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and make the assumption that he probably drowned. That's, I think, probably a good bet. Oh, and we have now identified all the deaths in loose cargo. All 2 of them. Yay! Very cool. All right, let's go upstairs. Hey, this door is padlocked. Why? What are you hiding from me? I don't want to get distracted. I don't want to get distracted. Hang on. I can't believe I never even went down to the fucking cargo deck. That was the first time I went down to the cargo deck just now. That's embarrassing. Okay. I need to look at this guy, because this is the last memory with the guy. And so presumably, I imagine he probably fell off the side of the boat. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say this guy drowned by a beast. Maybe his name was Nathan, actually. Samuel Nathan. And then this guy was Samuel. And then fucking hang on. And then this guy was killed by Nathan. There we go. All right. It was up to chance. That one, it felt a little brute forcey, but we got it. Cool. Cool. Great. Glad those are all taken care of now. What is that, like 20 fucking 24, I think? 21 or 24 total? I'm gonna go ahead and say I think that's 24 now that it's solved. Cool. Okay. Close the book. Let's go. Yeah, this is the gunner throwing shit to the gunner's mate. Hang on. This guy was knifed by the guy we now know. Hang on. This guy was knifed by Brennan. We now know, yeah, we now know this is Seaman Brennan who knifed this guy. Okay, great. All right, let's see. What other people met unknown fates in this chapter, actually? Hang on. In the Doom. This unknown soul. All these fucking unknown souls. Wow, 11. Wow. This guy seems important. This guy, hang on. Where is he in the picture? Because where he is in the picture could also be quite informative as to his, like, rank. This guy's giving me Captain Stewart vibes. Or maybe Ship Steward. No, this is Captain Stewart, I think. Nope. Try again. Captain's Steward. Drowned, I think. Or wait, hang on. He disappeared in the Doom. Last known memory. The Doom Part 1, the Doom Part 7. I think he was, I think he was, this is where he was last seen. So, I think it can perhaps be assumed that he's one of the guys falling off the boat. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's probably, I think that's probably him falling off the boat. It seems like that's the final place that he was seen. So, let me go down to the fucking captain. Where's the captain's little boy? Captain Stewart, here we go. Drowned by a beast. Yeah, I think that's about right. Is this, hang on, this is, the one that we're in right now, it does involve this guy, right? Hang on. The Doom Part 7, right? Which does in fact involve the Captain Steward, so we can assume he's one of the guys falling off the ship, I think. Because these guys are all on the ship. This guy fell off the ship. This guy's being torn apart. Yeah. I still gotta figure out what his deal is, though. Are his eyes X's? Whatever. Okay. Let's see. I would like to see more scenes with lots of dudes in them. Like, for example, Henry Evans was last seen where? Disappeared in the escape, right? Okay, 7 memories, show memories. The Escape Part 3. Soldiers of Wrath. No, okay, so he would have been last seen in the Escape Part 3. I think the escaped fucking role is difficult to pin down. It's tough to say. It's tough to say that they escaped for sure. But the last time they were seen, it was getting onto a boat. I think it's safe to assume that if the Devil Ray, thanks for the raid with a party of 12. It's safe to assume, I think, if they got on the boat and this is the last they were seen, then like it's like they probably all met the same fate, right? What if I just set all of them as being met with an unknown fate? Drowned by a foreign enemy does not seem correct. What foreign enemy? What foreign enemy would they be facing? Strangled, spike, speared, shot, poisoned, knifed, killed, illness, froze, fell, exploded, expired, electrocuted, eaten, drowned, decapitated. Hang on. I feel like I should have this. Maybe they're alive. I just got the location wrong. It certainly seems like if they were going to escape, it would be to Azores. Maybe they would go to the Canary Islands. Or maybe Madeira instead. He's alive in... Madeira is not an option. Canary Islands. She's alive in the Canary Islands. And... hang on. This guy is also alive in the Canary Islands. So, unless this guy's not the surgeon. I feel like he is, though. Yeah, no, he's definitely got to be the surgeon. So, like, if we find out what happened to them, then we can likely, you know, sort of discern what happened. This is silly. I feel silly. The escape. And all of these people went missing during the escape. Oh, this fucking guy. Was he also trying to get on the boat? Or... oh, wait. Did he, like, just cut this? No, these ropes are already cut. Who the fuck are you, man? I gotta find that French guy. I gotta fucking find that Frenchman. I have to find that fucking Frenchie. I gotta. There's also still more shit down to see in the basement, so let's gather some more information in the basement. Because I wanna solve it, but, like, also, you know, solving is easier when you have all of the information with which to solve the puzzle. These guys were crushed. We've been here before. Bam, bam. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized. The guy who was the stowaway was, like, in one of the boxes or something. Okay. Where's the fucking escape again, please? Unless I can go upstairs, which would be fucking dope. No, I can't. It's this way. Okay. There's no more flies in here. Let's go down here. Just look at this guy real quick. No, this is the same thing. This is the same thing just moments before. Okay. No. Right, and then there was one more thing. There was one more thing that was flies over here. This is just a shoe, by the way. This is a shoe with bones.
Keep pressure here.
Hold him down. What madness
is this? 20 years my steward had never a doubt on your sanity. Explain yourself.
Those ungodly beasts carry a curse! Throw them back or doom us all!
Tie him up and put him in the lazarette with those things. He may yet find his senses.
Come on.
All's fine, John. Been in worse spots, I think. Where's the rest of his leg?
Got a lot of information from this. Got a lot of information from this one. Hang on. This guy is a steward of some description. And he was speaking something. Yeah, where'd he go? This guy. He was speaking something. Let's see. England, Ireland, India. I think probably Ireland, but let's double check based on... Wait, hang on. Maybe this is the captain's steward. Yeah, that would explain. Yep, Sweden. Yep. This is the captain's. Yep. Got it. And then this guy. This guy is John. We know this guy is John. I think he was axed, probably? No, he was sworded, it seems. We'll see what happened to him when the cutscene's over. Ooh. There's a lot going on. Okay, so I think we're about to see a number of deaths take place. Cool. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those sequences where a number of deaths are revealed in a row. I can feel it, I can smell it, I can sense it, I can smell it, and I can feel it. Book time. New chapter. Unholy captives. Oh, I am so curious about the unholy captives. John Naples, a seaman, met an unknown fate that we are, I'm sure, bound to find soon. First, I gotta figure out what the fuck happened with this dude. Bam. My clock of death. Yep, we're going up this, nope, what? Okay, I'll follow you. Actually, no, this is the right way. I don't know why I was saying this wasn't the right way. It totally is. But he is now over, hang on. Now you're going the wrong way. Oh, fog, make this funny corpse appear. Wrapping around the ship all flirtatiously does nothing for me, but I appreciate the fact that you like to meander. Dong. Let's see who this fucking guy is. Ah, damn. I hate when that happens. Seems he was crushed by cargo. And then, hang on. Can we see what happened to the guy who got his arm cut off yet? Damn, that is unfortunate. So wait, did he just fall and have his arm cut off or something? Or maybe this happened and it was a mistake and whoever, it was the first mate ended up thinking, oh, he did it on purpose, kill this guy. Hey, wait a minute, what is this thing? What is this thing that they're hauling also? It looks like a weird gigantic fish stick, kind of. Williamson was clubbed? Not clubbed, crushed. by rigging by cargo, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's cargo. That's crushed by cargo. Dong. And there's another guy who got killed up on the stairs. How fucked up. All right, do we really need a... Okay, how far are you gonna go before you just put me in the place where I should be right now with the fucking... There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Show me, gimme, gimme, gimme. Gimme, 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 gimme. I want to go now. Bam.
Clear the deck. Move the boat to stern and throw the bodies over.
What's your footing?
Hey there, what's this? Give them to me and I can fry us a solid meal, boys.
Careful now. Take it slow.
What's it, gentlemen? There's a free shell here. Let's have a look.
No, get back.
Oh my god. Uh-oh. It seems this guy was the chef and he got killed. Or maybe that was the chef's steward, and that's why he was so cocky. Damn. Is this like a mermaid? Kind of. That's like kind of a mermaid. And we're throwing bodies overboard, is that so? It's this fucking thing! It's this goddamn it's this thing with the thing in it. Goddamn. Huh. There's always some shit going down on this accursed ship. Okay, so this guy was the chef. He was, I guess, hang on, cook. The cook. He was the cook. He was spiked. I think he was spiked. I think that counts as spiked, or maybe he was clawed. Clawed, maybe. Maybe knifed. No, I think this... Hang on. I think this counts as, I don't actually know what that counts as. I'll look at that in a sec. Still gathering information currently. Two fellas here. Both died. Damn shame. Wong. He wasn't decapitated. It looks like his throat was just slit. But it's hard to say for certain, like, what exactly happened. Some sort of incision was made. What the fuck are you? I hate you. Here we go. Show me, show me, show me, show me. I want to learn all about these gents.
What the hell is going on? What do you know about these things? About the chest and your dead friends?
这是虾米？我以来全部讲出来，拢是恁害啦！迄个害的较对人无过好，是让人滚死的啊！He talk about a shell, very dangerous.
Shell? What shell?
Oof. Alright, so maybe spiked is the right word here. Damn. Both of these gentlemen just got fucking spiked. One of these guys is French. One of these men's is French. No, I was wrong. There's someone French nearby, though. I can fucking smell it. I can fucking smell. I heard it. I heard somebody French going heave. Oh, it might have been this guy. Wait, I think this guy totally is. I think this guy is totally French. Hang on. I think this is totally the bosun's mate. Okay, I don't know what happened to him, but I'm pretty sure this guy's French. So we have to be careful of the shell. This guy got fucking spiked. Poor fella. What do we got? Okay. These guys both got fucking spiked by a terrible beast. Oh my god, and there is yet still more death to be beheld. My word. What a bloodbath. I didn't know 60 whole people died on the Obra Dinn. This is ridiculous. It seems we completed the unholy captives, though, so that's exciting. God, you pissed me off, Smoke Trail. It's just so anywhere but where to go. There we go. Excellent. Sorry you died, man. Tell me about yourself. Maybe I can solve why it happened.
Ahoy!
Ahoy!
Ahoy! Wait! Don't shoot! I have treasure! I yield!
Hold your fire!
What the fuck? Hey, I'm on the ocean. Hey, what's wrong with you, man? Oh, this is one of the Formosan royalty. He was killed by, or it was Edward Nichols that was killed, and this is totally is a mermaid. It totally is a mermaid. Ooh. Why is she like? Is she captive? Also, something shiny? Is that the shiny shell? Oh, maybe that's what it was. Yeah, that totally is a shell. Oh, okay. So the thing is that maybe the Obra Dinn was cursed because. Oh, okay. And the Formosan knew. The Formosan knew they were bringing the shell aboard, and they were like, "No, you dumb fuck! I'm not letting you bring this cursed object on board. You dumb asshole! Die!" And of course they couldn't. They don't know because they don't speak. Also, I learned that Formosa was apparently that's Taiwan. That's what Taiwan used to be called. This is something I learned. So yeah, but no. Apparently this guy knew. I can't identify any of the Formosans though yet, except for Bon Lam Li, or Bon Lam. Oh my God, Bon Lam Lin, because we already figured all of her shit out. The calling. The calling. Here we go. Corpses moved post-mortem. Edward Nichols was met with an unknown fate. Well, that's not true. He was shot with a gun by one of the Formosans, whose identity we've yet to determine. There's another dead person in here. Boing. God, can you make this easy for me? Thank you. Jesus. Is this is one of the Formosans, it seems? Isn't this the guy who was like sitting down, like the main dude? Nope, hang on, oops. I didn't mean to do that.
Wait! Don't shoot!
One sec. This guy. There we go. Bam. Miss Lim? Okay, well. What the fuck? Why are you bringing them into the... Why are you bringing them into the boat, dude? And it seems like she's already dead at this point. I mean, I know this guy's face. So, I mean, that's all well and good. But I haven't actually learned anything more from that. Oh, this is not true. I've actually learned how Ban Lan Lim died, which it appears that she was probably killed by one of these mermaids. If I were to guess. I'm just gonna hold still. You can do it. I know you can. God, this game just looks so good from every fucking angle. So we don't know this fucking dude yet. So there you go. So let's just get some more information. Oh, now we gotta figure out how Ban Lan Lim died. Here we go. This is good, because I feel quite confident in learning about her and maybe being able to guarantee 3 more fates. Because I feel like we're very, very close with several fates, and we just need one thing to fall into place, you know, before we know for a fact what happened. What the fuck? What the fuck? They have their souls being sucked into this fucking thing? What the hell, man? Jesus. Who the fuck is this? This is the second mate. He's just cowering this entire time, the second mate. And it looks like she was speared. Or no, this guy was speared. It looks like she just bled out. I mean, it can perhaps be assumed that she was spiked, but... Oh, and they've got the... There's the shell right there. Yeah, no, I feel like we'll probably see whatever happened to her in the next scene where this guy we see gets speared. Hang on. This person's face is blurred throughout the... Yes, no, I know that part. Thank you. I can't assign him a fate yet, because we've yet to see his death. I'll wait so patiently for the fucking camera to come in. Here we go. 3 more pages. No, yes. 3 more pages. A long chapter. Tell me about this guy now. Tell me about how all these fucking people died. Oh, Hagen.
Nichols, sir, shoot them for God's sake.
Hang on. Oh, interesting. Oh. She was bit. She was bitten. Clawed, decapitated, drowned, eaten, electrocuted, expired, exploded, fell, frozen, poison shot, speared, spiked, strangled, struck, suicide. Is this... I think she's being strangled. I think she was strangled by a beast. Maybe eaten. Or, wait, no, her neck is definitely bleeding here. So maybe she was knifed by a terrible beast? It's kind of difficult to see from this angle. Clawed. I think probably clawed by a terrible beast. Until I can figure out elsewise. Also, we learned another name, O'Hagan. And also the guy who was saying O'Hagan was an Irishman. So that's another, those are 2 pieces of information that are good to have. We already knew about Nichols.
Keep rowing!
Where is it?
Bang.
Something there.
Bang is the other Formosan.
Give us a weapon.
Shoot it! Mike and I!
Pick up the oars and row, you fools!
Speared. Okay. This guy was speared. Let me now identify this guy who was Bang. This unknown soul who was, of course, Bang. Didn't actually see how he ended up dying. I forgot. We'll figure that out. Don't worry. Hang on. He perished, so I think he might have just been spiked, honestly. Damn. Fucked up. Well, we know what happened to this guy. I have to go ahead and assume that this wouldn't be O'Hagan, because the guy saying, "O'Hagan, can you still row?" probably wouldn't be asking that after O'Hagan got a spear through the jaw. This is just, you know, context clues. It's a guess. Wild shot in the dark, but I feel at least somewhat confident in that assertion. I'm just taking our sweet time, checking out what's going on. God damn. This guy, I don't know what happened to him, but I have to assume he drowned. Okay. Accessible only through another corpse. Interesting. This guy? Don't know, but he was fucking speared. Speared by an unknown beast, by a beast. And I have to assume, my assumption, I think this might be O'Hagan. Yep, it is. Hooray! Patrick O'Hayman, the seaman, was speared by a terrible beast. Bunlon Lim was clawed by a terrible beast. And, yep, William Wassine, seaman, was crushed by falling cargo. Lovely. Hooray! O'Hagan, can you still row? Bro, he's got a spear in him. Stupid question. Tell me about your Smelf.
Keep course due east. We'll reach the Canaries in 3 days. You packed enough stores?
Aye, sir. Checked and loaded them myself.
Good. Stay quiet and alert. If the wind picks up, we've no chance against the Obra Dinn.
暑假，你玩抓不？
我冇问题，但是伊来想啊，绝对袂当互伊浪费水底。
那是遐个怪物出现，你绝对卖起来。
Aye, shut it up.
They say strange things about monsters.
Oh no. Is this like their translator? Holy smokes. One of these guys is a translator. There's the second mate. I don't think he's the translator. This guy might be the translator. Oh, no. Wait, maybe this guy's the translator. Yeah. Yeah, especially, yeah, we're probably gonna get it confirmed, because I imagine after he says they say strange things about monsters, I think he's, yeah, we're gonna see an X next to his name, or next to his dialogue, signifying that he was the one to die. I'm just gonna keep looking at him. This is such a generous timer. Takes so long. Hey, girl. All right, now we're on our way. Lovely. Let me hear that fucking beedle-dee. There it is. Beetle the 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 beetle. This guy was fucking speared by a beast. Nope, by a beast. And we can assume perhaps I think this guy is Wei Li. I think this guy is Wei Li because he's not Formosan. And to be fucking frank, he's the only other Chinese guy. You know? So I feel pretty safe in asserting that that's Wei Li. Okay. Now let's see if there's anything else that we can sort of gather from what's going on here. I think we're gonna have to go back and re-look at some of these because these guys were like getting pulled off of the ship at some points. I think there were at least 3 dudes who disappeared at sea. No, okay, there were 2. Yeah, both of these fucking dudes, I have to assume they just fucking, they fell into the ocean. Something's happening. Why is something happening? Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm here. What's up? Oh, come on. Oh, no. Have I seen everything now? I think I've seen everything. I think that means I've seen everything. Okay, hang on. Let's see here. This guy... How did you die again? Remind me. He was attacked? He was attacked by Bang? Shoot them for God's sake. Hang on. Oh my god. Oh, Hagen, you're still breathing. Can you row? This guy, I think this is Welsh. I think this is a Welsh accent. Oh, wait. It would make sense that this is the second mate Stewart, actually, because that's Irish. And he was... What is happening here exactly? I think this is a knife. He was knifed by... Eat Bangsia. I'm pretty sure this is Eat Bangsia, at least. Can I focus on the other guy? Can I focus on him? I guess I can't. And then this guy just got fucking... It looks like he probably just fell into the ocean. The fool. This guy drowned by a beast, I'm pretty sure. Second mate cowering. It makes sense. Okay. Take me back to Wei Li, please.
Keep course due east. You'll reach the Canaries in 3 days. You packed enough stores?
Aye, sir. Checked and loaded them myself.
Good. Stay quiet and alert.
Wait, hang on. What was the last thing he was ever part of? Eat Bangsia? Perished in the Calling Part 5.
If the wind picks up, we've no chance against the Obra Dinn.
My god, hang on. Let me go find him again. This guy. Here we go. Eat Bangsia. Looks like was he burned? Is that... Could you consider this burned? Is that fire? It seems like fire. It looks like fire, but it was like, I know it was like magic something earlier. Expired, electrocuted, exploded, frozen, illness, knifed, poisoned, shot, speared, spiked, strangled, struck, suicide, torn apart. This looks like fire to me. But... Huh. Hang on. I want to go back to the previous one. Bang! Calling part 4. Here we go. Yeah, see, he's shoving all of them into here. Yeah, I don't know if you could qualify this as burning. Unknown, he was burned, clawed, clubbed, crushed, decapitated, drowned, eaten, electrocuted, expired, exploded, fell, froze, illness, killed, knifed, poisoned, shot, speared, killed with a sword, I should say. Poisoned, shot, speared, spiked, strangled, struck, suicide, torn apart. Maybe poisoned? Was poisoned even an option? Yes, it is. Also, I can now identify the last Formosan. I think. There we go. Yay! Let's see. All right. He was poisoned. He was poisoned. Okay, shit. That was poison. All right, great. Hell yeah. That's 30, by the way. That's half. That's half of them. I'm the fucking greatest, dude. I'm the smartest ever. This guy. I feel like I should learn these guys. I feel like I should figure these guys out. It's the rest of the topmen. And so I think they're going to be below deck, right? Oh, apparently they were also in loose cargo. But I think that if I want to identify them, I'm going to have to go back down to the illness one, because I got to figure out like whose shoes are whose or whatever. You know? Hang on. Oh, he was shot by, we now know... Oh, hang on. It wasn't this guy. Ah! We now know he was shot by the last Formosan guard, I'm pretty sure. Was it this guy? Yes. Who we now know as Chiontan. So this guy was shot by Chiontan. Great. This guy, who we've yet to identify, was killed by an unknown beast. This guy probably also drowned. I'm just going to go ahead and say drowned by an unknown beast. We've yet to identify their actual names, but... There we go. All right, great.
Don't shoot! I have treasure! I yield!
Okay. Back downstairs. Pardon me, fellas. Just gotta sneak on by you real quick. Don't mind me. Now we need to see about this guy. All right, we're looking for the topman, the Chinese topman. Which are 40 and 41. 40 and 41 are the guys we don't know. Let's see, 40. They both have pretty much the same shoes. Except for we assume that Wei Li was already. We assume this is Wei Li who was speared by a beast, which I believe this is true. Okay. So now we're looking for Li Hong. Also, we got to figure out if this is actually this guy, because we don't know if that's true. I mean, we assume he's the midshipman because he's wearing a midshipman scarf. Okay, hang on. Show me this guy, who I think he might have been Li Hong. Because I think Li Hong is like the only guy that we have left that isn't like accounted for. Maybe this guy's Wei Li and the other guy's Li Hong. No, I think this guy's Li Hong and I think this other guy's Wei Li. Now, I say. I want to see where why can't I see where Nicholas Botterill died? Show me these memories, please. Also, how do we know that was him? Oh, yep, because Nick, he's already done for Nick. Are there any more Nicks? No, I don't think it is. I don't think there are. I'm troubled. Because I feel like these are all correct, but they must not be if because if I'm not getting a 3 more, you know, if I'm not getting 3 more like confirmed, then obviously all 3 of them are wrong. Is this guy a topman? Hang on. This guy might just not be a topman. No, I mean he's over here with the other topman like hanging out. I'm pretty sure he was spiked by a terrible beast. I'm so troubled. Oh, Chad, I'm so troubled. I'm gonna go ahead and say you were probably drowned by a terrible beast, if I were to guess. I have to imagine all of these people were fucking drowned by terrible beasts. What the fuck? What sort of fuddy-duddy wears that sort of tie? I have to... It's gotta be some sort of unique thing that this guy has. Some unique, like, position. Maybe he's the purser. Or maybe the carpenter? He looks more like a purser. I'm gonna call him the purser. Where we are? Where we got the purser? Show me purser. Have we already found the purser? We've maybe already found the purser. Maybe he's the carpenter. Maybe he's the carpenter's mate. Sorry. Huh. Wait, have we already identified the purser then? The purser... No, Duncan McKay as the purser has not been identified yet. So why can't I choose Duncan McKay for that guy? There we go. My word. Yep. 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 All right, cool. Awesome. Lovely. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty much the awesomest. I'm pretty much the coolest one ever. In the lazarette. Where the fuck is the lazarette? Huh. I still have yet to identify the topman, also. Is this not the gunner's mate? No, that's gotta be the gunner's mate. I'm also so confounded still about these three. The Emily Jackson, Jane Bird, and Henry Evans. You know what I mean? Because, like, if they didn't escape, where are they? I feel like I missed something. You know what I mean? Miss Jane Bird. Show me the map again, motherfucker. Is the escape. Great, we love that. Where else is near there? Hang on, I gotta look at a map. 1 second, I gotta look at a fucking map. Show me, hang on. Show me the ladies, and show me, I want to specifically see what options there are for us for alive. Maybe Cape Verde. Because I think Cape Verde was nearby. Canary Islands. Cape Verde is down there. So no, maybe that's a little bit too far away. Take the ship and sail east. We take the ship and sail east, you say. Right, just fucking flip to the beginning, please. And if you take the ship and sail east, you're gonna end up in Madeira, it looks like. Okay. So let me go to the escape. Let me see the fates of these people who, if they escaped, they would have escaped to the east, right? So where the fuck would they have ended up? Africa? Alive in Africa, then? Yep. There we go. Bam, bam. Yup. Bam. Yup. Yup. All right. Fuck yeah. Great. Lovely. Hell yeah. That's 36. 36 now. Cool. This guy, I'm gonna go ahead and also assume he probably escaped to Africa. He probably Madagascar escaped to Africa. I gotta identify this guy. Show memories. Show me memories of this fella, please. Was he around for the sickbay thing? Yeah, he was. He was also around for loose cargo, so he's probably gonna be a lower shipman. He's probably just gonna be like a regular seaman, if I were to guess. I actually want to see the picture. I want to see, yeah, these guys. These guys are all seamen. They all hung out together. I feel like these are the two Russians. I just don't know how to confirm that. You know what? Let's Oh, we're still here. We're still in the right one to be identifying these guys. Hang on. So, I think these guys are, yeah, if they're by 45 and 46, then 45 and 40 45, yes, okay. 45 and 46. So, these guys are Russians. It's just a bit tough to tell whose is whose. But all three of these dudes are Russian. I am just in fact trying to brute force it right now. Also, this guy, his ultimate fucking fate, I don't think it was knifed. I think it was probably maybe clawed. Oops. Clawed by a terrible beast? Or maybe spiked by a terrible beast. I'll go back and I'll investigate that in a second. Sorry, I'm just looking around right now. I think... Hang on. I'm gonna try some things real quick. Yeah, see, like that. Yes, chat. Sometimes racially profiling works in video games. There we go. And there you go. Great. Who else? Hey, we got one of the Russians. Oh shit! Specifically, we got the one that was shot by the lady, and he was involved in a couple of things. So let me also see. Hang on. Let me see your memories real quick. Where you were also right here. You stabbed this guy. This was Volkov. Yes. Great. Great. And so these guys are also going to be Russian. Theoretically. I mean, I think it's a pretty safe assumption to make at this point. So 45, 46, and 47. If this guy was Leonid Vulcan, and he was... Hang on. Nope. Try again. If Leonid Volkov was 45, then these other guys must necessarily be... Okay, must be 46 and 47. Great, okay, yes. Wonderful. No, God, please. 46 and 47. All right. I guess we can just assume that that is correct for now. Let's go back to the manifest. We never figured out what happened to this guy. Not this guy. This guy. Oh, wait, no. Apparently we did find out what happened to this fucking guy. This unknown soul was drowned by a terrible beast. Of course, this unknown soul was one of the Russians. And then this guy was also drowned by a terrible beast. Unless it was the other fucking way around. Ugh. It was the other way around. There we go. What is it, 39 now? Great. Who else? Hey, Paul Moss. Yay. Hooray, hooray, yay, yay, yay. Fuck yeah. Alright, great. Let's see. Looks like now we're waiting for... Yeah, he was shot with a gun. He was stabbed by Henry. And then this fucking guy, who is this fucking guy? Where is he standing in the photo? He's standing by the fourth mate, so this guy is I imagine he's probably the fourth mate's steward. Alive in Africa, theoretically. Let me see his last memory. He disappeared in the escape, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, at the very end of the escape. Where he was climbing onto the boat, or he was climbing onto the boat. So we gotta assume he made it to Africa with the rest of them. Maybe not spiked. Maybe clawed is correct. Yeah, I'm gonna go with clawed for now. Hoxen Lao, hang on, we can also now identify this guy as being killed by Brennan, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it was Alexei. I think it might have been Alexei Toporov. Hang on, wait. By Alexei Toporov. I think. Here, let me go back to the gun. Let me go back to the excuse me, his death scene real quick. And I can rescan the fucking, the bullet trails for the one that actually ended up killing him. Because he was killed by firing squad, but we have to identify who specifically killed him.
You have been found guilty by self-confession.
It was Brennan. Hoxen Lao was killed by Brennan. Unless there's like excuse me, oops. Unless there's like a more apt way to say he was executed. Electrocuted, expired, exploded, fell, froze, killed, drowned, decapitated, crushed, clubbed, clawed, burned, axed. Maybe technically he was shot by the gunner. Huh. Maybe Mr. Wolf. Maybe he was killed by Mr. Wolf. Shot with a gun by Christian Wolf. Or perhaps just by the captain. No, I think it was Brennan. He got the last bullet in.
I sentence you to death by firing line. Mr. Wolf, when you are ready.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I feel quite confident about that. If he was killed by any gun, it was killed by a gun wielded by Brennan. It feels odd that hasn't been confirmed. I feel like that's just real. Whaley was speared by a terrible beast. I think that is true. Something is wrong. Something is wrong with the... What did he do that he had his pressure taken off him? What the fuck happened to John Naples? That happened at the very beginning of the fucking... Hang on, I gotta find him now. This fucking dude. Show me the final memory with him, please. Unholy Captives Part 4, which is of course down in the cargo hold. Oh, also, I'm now realizing the lazarette is quite literally like the final hold that's like below deck that it has a padlock on it that I won't be able to get there, presumably until after the game is over. I wonder if at all there are deaths that are held behind the finish the rest of them, like the fates of different people. I wonder if they're only determined after you're fucking I wonder if I can identify all 60 of them without going into the lazarette, is what I'm saying. Okay. 20 years you've been my steward. Not down your state. The ungodly beasts carry a curse. Throw them back or doom us all. Tie him up and put him in the lazarette with those things. He may yet find his senses. You fools. All's fine. John been in worse spots, I think. Where's the rest of his leg? Where did his leg go? take me back here, please? Let me see where John is. I was hoping that I'd be able to go back downstairs and I'd be able to see where John is. Okay, looks like he fell. Unholy Captives Part 4. Hang on. Show memories on the map. Unholy Captives Part 4. Unholy Captives Part 3. This is what happened immediately prior. So I have to assume he just lost his leg by fucking falling down. So hang on. He was expired? He didn't expire from old age. No, he fucking torn apart, maybe? By a beast? Huh. Fell down the stairs to his death. Maybe is more accurate. Let me also go see what happened to the cook specifically. This is, I think, a spike.
Watch your foot in.
Hey there, what's this? Give him to me and I can fries a solid meal, boys.
No. Take it slow.
Or no, maybe he was just hit. Maybe he was just smacked.
It's a pretty shell here. Let's have a look.
No. Get back.
Maybe he was just fucking smacked. Maybe he was just struck by a tail. Yup. He was struck by a tail. It's 45. Struck by a beast's tail. Shot with a gun by Henry Brennan. And Davy James, the fourth mate, is confirmed to be alive in Africa. Cool. Awesome. Hooray! Yay, yay, yay! Cool. Now let's see here. Yeah, I mean, this guy I feel like is probably accurate. I'm beginning to wonder if, I'm beginning to wonder, what I have wrong, specifically, at this point. Take me back here. Take me back to the ship's manifest. Or the crew manifest, rather. We still don't know what happened to the third mate. He didn't fucking disappear. He's just... It says he met an unknown fate. Hang on. I mean, I think it says he met an unknown fate. One sec. Third mate. On the manifest, it says unknown. Fate unknown. Don't we already have Nicholas Botterill figured out? Wasn't he in Soldiers of the Sea? Damn. There are a lot of fucking unidentified dudes here. Though it seems... No, he's not a midshipman. This guy's not a midshipman. He's way back there with the stewards. He's wearing a very distinctive outfit. Maybe the ship's steward. Yeah, I mean, if we're going by racial profiling, the dude, I mean, he looks Indian a little bit. I think he's got the face for it. So, yeah, I think, and also given where he is standing with all the other stewards, I think that's a pretty fair assessment, or a pretty fair guess. Okay, I think I have some of the names mixed up now. I think Wei Li... Here, I want to go back to Wei Li's memories. Pardon me, fellas. And I still gotta figure out how that dickhead lost his foot. How did that happen? How did you lose your foot, bro? Maybe killed by a sword? I think he was killed by a sword. Yeah, hang on, wait, no. He was killed by a sword by this fucking dude who is Philip Dahl. By, surgeon's mate, gunner's mate, ship steward, captain steward, Philip Dahl. We don't know what happened to Philip Dahl. Yeah, alright, great. Pardon me. Fucking, excuse me, I would like to get by. Just real quick. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to the topman. Hey, man. Apparently I haven't figured this... No, I totally have figured this guy out. That guy is figured out. What about you? You're figured out. You're figured out. You're figured out. You are both figured out. You're figured out. You're figured out. We just barely figured you out. I want to go back up here. I feel as though I think the Chinese topmen, I've literally just gotten their names mixed up. I think I've just assumed incorrectly about their names. And I assumed incorrectly once about their names, and that's all it took for me to be able to get all of them wrong. So let me... Here. Where's Wei Li? Or the guy I assume is Wei Li. He's up here. We assume this is Wei Li. Are these not the Formosan guards? No, these are not. This guy disappeared in the Doom. But we've yet to... We haven't actually identified him specifically. We know about this guy. We know about this guy. Is this you?
How's that? There's no cause for trouble, boys.
This is the purser.
Before I forget, you killed my brother.
My fucking stomach is growling a little bit. I'm just a touch hungry. I'm gonna go ahead and say it was probably drowned. No. I think this is one of the guys who escaped. Disappeared in the Doom. Yeah, and so I think he was drowned by a beast. And I think this guy, I don't know. I don't know who this guy is. Maybe Hamado Diom? Because he's hanging out with other... No, he's hanging out with Topman. So, okay, so he's probably going to be one of the Topmen then. England. It's just these guys. Maybe we just don't know who this fucking guy is. Is Nicholas Botterill not already... Have we not already figured out who Nicholas Botterill is? I feel like we've already figured out who Nicholas Botterill is. I swear to God, he was one of the... He was killed by a crab, right? Wasn't he? Yeah, this guy. This is Nicholas. And he was... Maybe he wasn't speared or spiked. Maybe he was speared. Maybe that's the problem. Let's see. This is down on the gun deck. This is down on the gun deck. Okay. Was it this guy down on the gun deck? Because I feel like this was... No, he's on the other side. No, this is definitely a spike situation. He was spiked, in fact, by a terrible beast.
What's going on?
And also, I'm gonna go ahead and say this guy was also... Yeah, this guy was also speared by a beast. Who's he hanging out with? He's hanging out with some other... Well, that's a seaman. So we could be assumed that this guy's also a seaman, perhaps. Where is Sierra Leona? Hang on. Where is Sierra Leona? I'm gonna look this up. Sierra Leona is West Africa. Okay. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the guy he looks as though he's of a darker complexion. So, I think that's a fair assumption to say that this guy is Hamado Diom. And then this is the Topman who was spiked. We love that. This is the fourth mate. We already know about him. This is the fourth mate, Stewart. We already know about him. This is Lars. We already know about him. Tell me about yourself, buddy. This guy is one of the Topmen. Hanging out with the Topmen. We love that for him. And we've assumed a lot of things. We've assumed that we've assumed a lot of names. This is a midshipman. I don't know why I'm saying that this guy's a Topman. I don't think this is Nicholas Botterill. I think this is Lewis Walker, and I think he was speared by a terrible beast. I would describe this as speared, I think. Assuming, indeed, that all of the Topmen and the seamen hang out together, right? And this guy's also a Topman. I mean, maybe this guy's Lewis Walker. And this guy is somehow Nicholas Botterill. What do you mean? What do you mean? What? What? I mean, I got it through context clues. I had conflicting ideas about what was true. But I didn't think... Why did he call out Nicholas? Or why did he call out Nick? The hell am I dumb? Am I stupid? Hang on. Hang the fuck on. Show me Soldiers of Doom real quick. Or Soldiers of the Sea. It's already done for, Nick. Then who the fuck is this guy? Is there another Nicholas? Maybe last name Nick? Perhaps an unknown seaman by the name of Nick? Winston Smith, Marcus Gibbs, Olis Weotter, Philip Dahl, Thomas Lank, unknown Topman, Alexander Booth, and George Shirley. Okay, who was he hanging out? Who's he hanging out with at the picture? Is Nick perhaps like some fucking... Perhaps Nicholas is the name of... Is some fucking, like, nickname. I think he is a seaman. Of some... This unknown seaman. I think he is a seaman. He's hanging out... It looks like he's hanging out with the seaman. Alexander Booth and George Shirley. It's already done for... It's already done for Nick, because Nick is dead! It's not... There's no comma there. It's already done for Nick. It's already done for Nick, as in it's already over for Nick. I understand. That's embarrassing. Ah, whatever. Oh, wait, hang on. I can also... Wait, hang on. I want to hear... Hang on. I gotta go back down there, and I gotta hear their fucking voices. I have to hear their accents so I can racially profile them. This is important. Not this guy, is it? Yeah, it is.
What's going on? Stay back. It's already over, Nick. Hey. Come on, boss. No, get down.
This guy's an American. Yeah, I'm an American man. All right. This guy's an American. Oh shit, maybe he's the carpenter. Maybe I think this guy might be the carpenter. Yeah, no, this is either the carpenter or the carpenter's mate. I think this is the carpenter. Also, I think we can probably figure out this guy at this point. I just have to go and figure out who specifically shot him. Or no, I think he was... Wait, no. I think this guy was spiked by a terrible beast. Because he was spiked, but then he was shot eventually, and then he... Yeah, no, I think he was in fact shot with a gun. Okay. Back to the next, on to the next one. On to the next one. I gotta go back downstairs. Okay. Oh my god, I have to remind myself what the fuck I was just doing. Right, we're going down to the next one because I want to see where the guy died behind the wall. Yes. This way. I have to see who he was shot by specifically, but I think actually to see that who he was shot by, I have to remind myself who this is. Which is, this was Nathan Peters. So he was shot by Nathan Peters, I think. Glossary. No, not glossary. I'm looking for... Just show me this. Was shot by Nathan Peters. I believe he was shot by Nathan Peters.
I'll get you down.
This way. I'm gonna double check real quick. I'm gonna go to actually where he died, and I'm gonna see if I can actually get a better look at who is shooting him. Because you don't actually get to leave this sort of internal part of the ship to check. Okay, hang on. This is... He died in part 7. So I want to go to part 6. No, part 6 is what happened immediately prior. So maybe part 5? Okay.
Someone shoot the damn thing!
Okay. So part 5 is like right in the middle of the ship, or right in the middle of this particular fucking floor of the ship, this level of the ship. I think it's this guy. Nope, wrong guy. Wrong chapter. These poor fellas. Does anybody else notice that these are all terribly gruesome ways to die, and that all of these people have died in some of the most terrifying ways imaginable? This is part 4, so we're directly before where I'm supposed to be here. That's fine though. Here, let me still see if I can identify the guy I'm trying to identify. Okay, I think he was killed by the bosun's mate, actually. Yes, I think he was killed by the bosun's mate. By accident, of course, but I think nonetheless that is the truth. Hang on. I'm just literally guessing. I'm literally brute forcing it right now. Just seeing. So what, I wonder what pieces of information for what I have lined up, like the people I have lined up currently. I wonder what's wrong. I wonder what is incorrect. I feel silly. I feel very silly. I feel very incredibly silly right now. And equally troubled. I've yet to identify the carpenter's mate, also. I think this guy might have been the carpenter's mate, actually, now that I think about it. Because if the other guy was the carpenter... If the guy who was speared... If this guy was the carpenter, it would make sense that he would be right next to this guy. Because... I mean, yeah, they even... Honestly, yeah. No, I think this guy might be the carpenter's mate. Maybe. Also, you're Thomas Lank, so you should be called that. I feel a great silliness in my mind. Though we have gotten a great deal of people. I think this guy was also speared. Oops. This is all the way down to the cargo hold. Jesus. My word. My word. Huh. I like really want to get everybody in like this one stream. I think like I really my entire brain is screaming like just go until you're done. I don't know if I'll be able to go until I'm done. This might have to be finished up on a final stream. I feel like I'm getting really close. Yeah, this guy's definitely American. This guy's definitely American, and he was speared by a terrible beast. This guy disappeared in the Doom. So my assumption is he was drowned by a terrible beast, but I don't know that that's true. Hang on. What was the last memory he had? I think it was up here, way up here. Part 7 of the Doom, maybe? Yeah, if it was part 7 of the Doom, then yeah, let's go back upstairs to the Doom real quick. Cuz I feel like I'm so fucking close to so many of them. I feel like I'm so unbelievably close to like several of them right now. Please. There we go. What's up, my man? Apparently he's here somewhere. This is a tentacle. I imagine he fell off the boat. I think that he's just one of the guys who fell off the boat. I don't see any other dudes around. Yeah, no, I think this guy just fucking died in the boat. Where was he? Hang on, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Hang on. Oh my god. He was drowned by a terrible beast. Or maybe fell overboard? Maybe fell overboard to his death? Nah, I mean, it doesn't seem like this is falling overboard. I mean, it is, but like, maybe not in the way that they're depicting it. Also, we've yet to identify this topman, which feels silly of me. We don't actually know if this is the unknown topman. This is just an unknown man. Yeah, I might need to take a break. I think I'm starting to. I think I'm starting to bang my head up against the game a little bit too much. But I am gonna do it just a little bit more. Hang on. Nah, it's worth a try. All right. We got a lot done today, though. Like a fuck ton. Like 40. I think in the first episode we solved like 6. In the second episode we solved 40. So, you know, I guess I can be okay with that. Yeah. I do feel okay with that. Perfectly lovely. Let me turn emotes off. Or emote only mode off. There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to me. Let's see real quick if we got any art on Blue Sky. No art today. So I guess that'll be it. Everybody, thank you so much for coming to today's stream. Thank you again to In the House Like Carpet for the $50. That's like crazy helpful. I really, really cannot emphasize enough. I will be off tomorrow because I will be getting ready for the Saturday stream, and also I'll be doing just general shit. But on Saturday, we will be doing the media share stream. We will be doing I think it's going to be a $5 minimum media share stream, 2 cents per second. And yeah, I'll have face cam on. I'll be all dressed up. That's the plan, at least. So yeah, look forward to that in a couple of days, and I'll see you later. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And here I go. Nope, hang on. Sorry, that was just a practice. And that was the real one.